I told y'all that I am on a roll. I had to pump this content out before it was too late, while the thoughts were still thinking and they were still in my head. So I'm here, I'm still in the same outfit. I got up, I got me something to eat, I stretched my legs, I did something different for a little while, and now I'm back. So, hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Same outfit, same day, different video. This is something that I personally am still dealing with and I'm still battling it. But as soon as I got the code, I was like, I need to come share this with them. I mean, somebody out there needs to know this. It took me a really long time to understand this concept and to process it and to actually start to use it and implement it into my daily life and my relationships. And this is not the cure. This is not the end all be all. This is not the cheat code, the hack. This is not going to make all of your problems magically disappear, but it's the closest thing to it. It's the closest thing to it. And I feel like I'm making eye contact, and then I feel like I'm not making eye contact, so I don't know. Y'all, let me tell you the number one trick to have a successful romantic relationship. I'm talking about if you want a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a he friend, these friend, she friend, if you want a serious romantic relationship with somebody, all you have to do is grasp a basic understanding of this one word: compatibility. 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 That's it. Are you compatible with this person? Me, I have struggled in relationships all my life, even up until my most recent relationship, which, even though it was one of my most successful, if not my most successful relationship, it still ended and we still broke up. We aren't together, and I would say that it ended rather terribly. Why? Because we were not compatible. We were not compatible, and I did not realize that until now. Well, I won't say now, because again, this is not new information. I've seen the TikToks, I've seen the this, I've seen the that. Oh, are you and your partner compatible? You have to have compatibility. And I thought that I had it all figured out. But the concept of compatibility feels like it's so complex because, like I just said, it's the number one thing that's going to make you have the perfect relationship. It's going to help you find the person for you, right? So it has to be this grandiose, big, groundbreaking, mind-boggling idea, right? So you treat it as such. Compatibility. Well, what do you mean compatibility? How, like, you start to make lists and baby, no. Find someone who is compatible with you. And the moment they aren't compatible, break it off. Break it off. Literally, simple as that. It will save you so much time, energy, heartache, heartbreak. If you find someone that you are compatible with, if you are picky, if you are no nonsense about your partner, you won't even waste your time. You won't even get to the stage of being heartbroken because you will already have cut them off at the first sign. And I know what y'all are thinking, oh, Jocelyn, you shouldn't be so picky. You need to compromise. You need to because I used to be the same way. See, I used to beg men to do things that I wanted them to do. I used to beg, I used to cry, I used to scrape, all of that. I used to say things like, oh, I can change for you, why can't you change for me? Oh, why can't you do this for me? Why can't you do stuff? Like literally, from the smallest things to the biggest things. Stop liking girls' pictures on Instagram. Oh, I want to do foreplay like this. I like to travel. I don't eat this. I don't like to smoke. I don't drink this type of liquor. I like splitting the bills 50-50. I don't really like the neighborhood that you live in. You live too far away from me. You don't text me enough. Your work schedule is too weird for me. And I used to beg people to change stuff like that. Text me more. Eat me out. Oh, little PG-13. But it's real, and y'all understand it. Because some of y'all do suffer from partners who don't even, you have to ask them to pleasure you sexually. Like, come on. Text me back. Eat me out. Stop liking girls' pictures on Instagram. Don't smoke around me. Maybe you do like to smoke and your partner doesn't like to smoke. Maybe you drink and your partner don't drink. Maybe your partner don't drink and you drink. Why are you with this person? Why are you with this person? And it's not a matter of expecting someone to read your mind. No, you don't expect anyone to read your mind. If you like dates with flowers and, puppies and chocolate and sunsets and da-da-da-da, express that to your partner. And when they don't change, or when they say, I don't like that, I can't do that, I don't want to do that, leave. Don't stick around, don't compromise, don't try to make it work. Because me, as a compromiser who has habitually been with people who would not compromise for me, not only has it driven me insane into a depression and just made me feel less than and like I'm not good enough, which we'll get to that later. Not only has it done that for me and wasted my time, but now I understand where they're coming from. You come into my life, you being me, or people like you who are watching this video, who compromise and beg people to compromise and beg people for their time and attention and this and that and da 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 da. You come into my life and have all of these demands about me. You want me to change. Do you love me for me, or do you just want me to be a person? You just have this ideal image of me. My ex is still subscribed to me on YouTube, and if he is watching this, he's probably scoffing, LMAO, laughing his butt off, because he used to tell me this all the time. You don't love me for me. You just love this idea of me. You just want me to be your dream person. You just want me to be your dream boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. And at first I was like, why is he reacting like this? All I'm doing is telling him to stop liking girls' pictures on Instagram, to stop communicating with girls he had sex with, to stop every time we have a fight going and sleeping with somebody else the next day and then coming back a day later saying he missed me. Like, I'm asking for simple stuff. Why is he saying that I don't love him for him? Like, I love his flaws, like all of these other bad traits. He had some terrible traits that I was willing to settle and compromise with. I'm just asking him not to do this. But you shouldn't have to ask repeatedly anybody to do anything. You shouldn't ask anybody to change, because the scientific fact of the matter is there are 7 billion people in the world. Take out the kids, there are 5 billion people in the world. You got options. Humans are simple. So the likelihood of you finding someone who works for you and you don't have to change them, you don't have to ask them to change a thing about them, that's a pretty high likelihood. Now, it's up to you if you're going to have the patience and ambition to get out there and find them, or if you're going to settle and be sad and depressed and lonely and insecure because you have a partner who you don't really mesh with and you aren't compatible with and y'all don't really get along, but the person is out there. I don't know. Nothing. I wish I could tell you something groundbreaking happened. I wish I could tell you a big event happened. I wish I could tell you that something magical happened, but it didn't. Again, my ex have been telling me, I'm not gonna change for you, I'm not gonna do this for you. And not just him, other guys. Like I said, having to beg guys to do this, beg guys to do that. Why won't you do this for me? Why won't you do that for me? And it just, one day it just clicked. You're not the problem. They're not the problem. Y'all just aren't compatible. And I think for me, what did it was, I'm not perfect. I'm still coping with my breakup because I did I care for my ex. I love him. I had very strong feelings for him. It was a very serious relationship, and I really thought that it was going somewhere. So it's not like I just magically washed my hands of the situation and I just flipped on the city girl switch and got good. No, I'm still going through the healing process, and in the healing process, I'm not perfect. So I was looking on Instagram, and I saw one of the girls that he had cheated or stepped out or whatever you want to call it with. One of the girls that, no, I'm not unfollowing her, no, I'm not going to stop being friends with her. You know, he unfollowed her for the moment to make me happy, and then the first time I make him unhappy, he go back and follow her. Anyway, that's messy. I'm not getting into that, but that's the girl who I was working. One of many. And I caught myself in that cycle of comparison. See, comparison is the thief of all joy. It really is. Comparison is the thief of all joy. And I found myself in that cycle, looking at her pictures, looking at her profile, comparing our facial features. Okay, she's light skinned, I'm dark skinned. She got titties, I'm flat chested. She got booty, I got hip dips. She got long hair, I'm bald headed. She this, I'm that. She this, I'm that. She this, I'm that. And then I thought about it. And in looking and checking off all of these boxes, I started with physical appearances. Then I went to like habits. Okay, she's an artist. I'm an artist too, but she's a better artist. It started off with stuff like that. Then slowly it turned into, well, she smokes. She likes a certain type of music. She drinks. She does this. She lives a certain lifestyle that's different from the lifestyle that I live. She grew up in a different environment than what I grew up. She has a different mentality than me. And once I got to that part, once I scratched off the surface level stuff, which the surface level stuff is important too when you talk about compatibility. Because that's another thing I feel like with my ex that we had a problem with. I don't think he was physically attracted to me. I mean, he was physically attracted to me, of course, but I feel like his ideal woman, because men will be physically attracted to anything, but I feel like his ideal woman is curvy, light-skinned type of girl. Or even if not light skinned, at least curvy type of girl. I don't want to say Instagram baddie. I don't want to say hood ratchet. But if I showed y'all some pictures, the man got a type. So I say that to say, even though physical appearance is important when it comes to compatibility, what helped it click for me is when I started comparing me and this girl's habits. And I thought about it, and I was like, well, maybe she is the better pick for my ex. Because he likes to smoke and she likes to smoke, but I don't like smoking. So I can't go over at his house and get high and have deep conversations and lay up and smoke. I don't have to smoke every 2 hours. I don't have to smoke before I eat. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. So maybe that is the girl for him. I can give another example. Girls who like music, a certain type of music. I don't like that type of music. I mean, I'll listen to it, but whereas these other girls, they listen to it, they know artists, they know lyrics. Like, she can sing along in the car with you and be your hype man when this song comes on. I can't do that for you because I don't listen to that type of music. So maybe she is the better girl for you. Money, working schedule, lifestyle. I'm trying not to use the word ghetto or ratchet or anything like that, but I'm not like that. I'm not no city girl. I don't like going out and twerking and shaking ass every weekend. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And when the time comes for me to twerk and shake some ass, I can do it. But that's not my lifestyle. I don't like, cussing people out. I don't like fussing and fighting. I don't like hitting people upside the head for them to understand. I don't like being gay. I don't like tattoos. I don't like stuff like that. But she does. And so what really helped it click for me, and what really helped ease my comparison and ease my insecurities, and because the big fear with breaking up with my ex has always been he's gonna break up with me and immediately go to someone else, or because it's happened before. I've had men tell me they don't want to date me and then immediately hop into a relationship with somebody else. They, aren't looking for nothing serious. A year later, they're married with kids. And that took a toll on my self-esteem. But after years and years and years of this cycle, literally up until my last relationship, it took me so long to realize that it's not me. Get it? And people say it all the time. All of the relationship gurus, the TikTok girlies, this person, that person, everybody says it all the time. It's not you, it's them. They're the problem, they're the blah, blah, blah. But they aren't necessarily the problem. It's just y'all are incompatible. And you do have to take some responsibility, because you can't just be passive in your life. You can't be passive in your life. You can't be passive in your relationship. You can't be passive in your work. You can't be passive in your friendships and your familial relationships. You cannot be passive in life. You have to take some action and you have to take some responsibility. So it is your responsibility and your duty in your life to say, I've met this person and I'm interested in them, and I need to know if they tick my boxes. And if they don't tick my boxes, I need to leave. There's no point in staying and compromising. There's no point in staying and trying to make it work. There's no point in doing it. No point. You are not going to end up happy. You're going to be unhappy. You're going to be unhappy. I have several couples in my mind right now. This is my YouTube channel, so I can't talk about anybody but me. But I have several couples in my mind right now. And every part of their relationship, no matter how, like even the best couples, even the most healthiest couples, and I'm not saying that people are not going to fight and have disagreements and they're not going to, have things going on. Nobody's perfect. But every healthy couple, every good couple that I have in mind, every example of good love, a healthy love, and a good romantic relationship I have in mind, every problem, every issue, every argument comes from one of their boxes not being checked. Something that is really uncompromisable for them and they are compromising on because the other person doesn't want to change. The other person doesn't want to do right. But if you are just starting out dating somebody, you're a couple of weeks in, a month in, and you already notice this behavior from a person, leave. Why not just leave? Why not just go? I get it, because again, this was me for literally the entirety of my dating life. So I'm not trying to be holier than thou. I'm not trying to look like I got all of the answers, like I got everything all figured out, like I'm just perfect, healed, no more relationship trauma. No. But it was very eye-opening for me, and moving forward, I will be moving on the mindset of I need to be more picky, and I need to make sure that the people that I'm picking are compatible with me. I don't need to compromise just because, and compatibility and chemistry are not the same thing. Just because I have a good time with somebody does not mean we are compatible. Just because the sex is good with somebody does not mean we are compatible. Just because somebody makes me laugh, just because somebody is funny, just because somebody is nice to me does not mean we are compatible. Do we mesh where it counts? Do we sync up? LOL. No pun intended. Do we sync up where it counts? Like, seriously, do we match where it counts? Because again, it starts off as this person smokes and I don't smoke, or I live in the hood and this person is scared of gunshots, or even diet. I don't eat dairy and this person's favorite food is cheese. Like, why even deal with it? And my problem has always been, I deal with it. I always deal with it. And it's funny because I'm always the one to compromise. No one's ever willing to compromise for me. And somebody cue the world's smallest violin. Woe is Jocelyn. Nobody ever compromises for her. Nobody ever. She's always the one giving so much and getting so little. Boo hoo. But I mean, it's real. Nobody ever compromises for me. No guy has ever said, okay, I hear you. I'm gonna make this change for you. No guy has ever said, okay, I understand where you're coming from. I see how that can be, triggering. Let me change my behavior for you. No. If men have a mindset, and it's not just men, some women too. So I'm talking to everybody, but again, I'm talking about me. This is my channel, so I'm gonna use the example of men. If men are sitting here and they have the mentality, I'm not gonna change, it's my way or the highway, blah, 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 blah. Why can't you? It's my way or the highway. And the thing about it is, it's plenty of cars on the highway. So eventually you're gonna find the same make and model. You're gonna find somebody on the same page as you. You're gonna find somebody who don't think you asking for too much because they want what you want too. And this is not a case of you asking for stuff and you can't give it back. People like that, I'm not talking to y'all. I'm not talking to people who demand so much of their partner, but they can't give anything to their partner. I'm literally talking about y'all. I'm not talking to y'all, I'm talking about y'all the problem in this video. You see, I don't know. I had to come on here and tell y'all, really, I just want to share the glory of the gospel and the good news with y'all. Again, I'm not healed. I'm probably still gonna look on my ex page, see if he posted a new girl, see if he booed up with somebody. Do she look like me? Do she act like me? Or is she the total opposite? I'm still gonna wonder, I'm still gonna be curious, and I'm probably still gonna be hurt when that day comes and when that time comes. But I'm gonna be hurt for a little while, and then I'm going to shed my ego and remember, okay, Jocelyn, that wasn't for you anyway because y'all not compatible. I've already had to do it with other men. Again, men, 1 minute, they don't want anything serious. A year later, they're in a relationship with kids. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? Did I look a certain way? Did I act a certain way? Is it because I this? Is it because I that? Is it because blah, 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 blah? No. You and them just weren't compatible. They will tolerate stuff from that person that you don't like. And instead of that person dealing with somebody who doesn't like the way they act, why not just go find somebody who like the way they act? That's their right. They have the right to leave you and go find somebody who accepts them for who they are, just like you want somebody to accept you for who you are. Shed your ego. Let people go. You do not own people. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm really talking to myself when I say that. This is really a reminder because, again, healing takes work. Healing takes you to actively be assessing and reassessing yourself constantly. So I have to constantly tell myself, no matter, how self-indulgent I want to get lurking on Instagram, no matter how, self-indulgent I want to get and, start comparing myself to other women and start talking shit about, this guy dated or that guy dated, things like that. Even friendships. This can always apply to friendships as well. Sometimes you're just not on the same grid with a person no more. The friendship, y'all don't have nothing in common. You wouldn't hang out with a friend that you don't have nothing in common with. So why are you dating a person Or if you can have some things in common, but you know, where it really counts. So I don't know. This is a reminder to myself and a reminder to y'all that you deserve love. And even if, because I know some of them be watching, some of them men that I was talking about, I know it's some of y'all who be watching who ain't on my list. I know some of y'all is nosy. I know some of y'all nosy. And y'all deserve love too. Like everybody deserves to either find their person or to be left alone and find peace in themselves and other things, other people, their friends, their family, their dogs, their hobbies, you know. Like, don't disrupt nobody's peace trying to change them. And don't disrupt nobody's peace under the false pretense that you're going to change for them and not. And have them on their toes waiting and expecting. Just leave people alone and go find what you want. Go find what makes you happy. Go find what makes you healthy. Go find what makes you thrive. And if I had that mindset and that concept a year ago, I would be in a lot better headspace than I am now. But I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm blessed. Every day is a new opportunity. The glass is half empty and half full, and half empty just means more room for it to get more full. So, you know, I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm fine. It's cool. It's juicy. I know the last time I made a video about my ex, I got so many texts and calls. Are you okay? Are you alright? Are you doing alright? I'm fine. I'm good. I just want to share this with somebody, especially like my younger audiences or younger people who come across this video, people who are just starting to date. Your life is young. You don't have to give all of yourself to one person so soon. The first person you meet is not the one. The second person might not be the one. Date. Make a list of things you like. Get picky. Stand 10 toes down on things that you will not compromise on. Things that you won't. You don't have to compromise on anything. Someone is out there for you. And if not, if you don't find that person this year, next year, in the next 10 years even, that's okay. Pour that energy and that time and that effort into yourself, into building friendships, into, you know, strengthening your family relationships. It is so many other places to place that time and energy than in somebody who is not willing to change for you, not going to change for you, shouldn't have to change for you, and literally driving yourself insane. So thanks for watching. I hope that auntie, mama, cousin, whatever you think of me as, I hope mama gave you a little enlightenment today. No tea, no shade. If the situation fit and you was like she talking about me, no shade to you. I just had to use examples. So if you didn't want to be used as an example, you shouldn't have been a shitty guy to me. If you like this video, like this video. If you don't like this video, don't dislike this video. Just comment down below what I can do differently. Comment more videos you want to hear from me. Follow me on Instagram. Feel free to DM me any suggestions or topics you want to see me talk about. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you can see the next video. Thank you, and I'll see you next